kids. Looks like we're going to be burning tonight. So we went and got a bale of Bermuda grass, hay, shoved it up in the bottom of that, poured some diesel on top of it, got it burning. Got the generator running with the fire suppression system. I don't know if you can see it, there's a great blower right there, one of them circular blowers that dries out a house after a flood. That's blowing in the base of that. I'll just keep moving it around so I can get the big stuff to ignite. Once it ignites, off to the races. We're burning it at night so we can see where the hot ambers are, so it can't get out of control. So one of the dangerous things about burning in Georgia is all the pine needles and stuff. So, but it rained pretty hard yesterday. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so my goal is to get all this to burn right before it rains. So we'll see how it goes. I'll give you a shot of all of it.
Okay, I'm gonna take you guys with me. It's in the morning. Going to get the brake line for the truck because the truck broke. Something's always breaking. Last night we were gonna burn that wood. The fire didn't spread the way I thought it would, obviously. But we have the plan now, I guess. This old man told me a long time ago, we'll call him Pat C. He told me that the only thing that runs uphill faster than it does downhill is fire. And that makes sense. So the fire load is vertical, not horizontal. So anyway, back to old man Pat. So the fire it just burned all the way up through everything that it could burn, and then it wouldn't spread left and right, and the fan wasn't doing it. So the next time we have an excavator down here, we're going to stack it, get the fire going, grab a pile of brush, stack it. And we got brush in so many different locations. I think that's going to work out really well. That way we can control the burn by controlling the fuel. And right now I got to back the truck up so I can unload the water. So we're going to back it up over here. You can see the water in that tank, the ICB tank. We're just going to back it up so we can dump the water someplace we ain't going to make it muddy again. And yes, I did park the trailer that way on purpose because this is so muddy, and the tires on the truck they're made for riding on asphalt, you know, not in the dirt. So I'm just going to take this valve off here. Probably a good time to clean the hose while I'm at it. I loosen up the lid on the top and out comes the water. But over here, it ain't gonna we won't be driving over here, so it won't make it muddy. But there you have it. So now we're about to take a ride into Comer, a little town where our venue is. and go pick up some parts, so I'll take you along for a ride. So stopped in, got my part. Here it is. It's Fields Auto Parts is the name of it in Comer. It's a cool little place. It reminds me of when I was early teenager selling parts for, it was called Nationwide at the time, but like they look it up old school and the part's right, you know, it's dead on, right? So I wanted to show something. I don't know, it'll show it backwards. I'm gonna flip this around and show you these buildings. Every time I come down here, I find something else. Like I see something else. Let me show it to you first. Like check out this old building. That's marble. And you see the party wall up there. It's kind of sort of separating, but like look at the brickwork on this place. Now you know this is from the turn of the century, the last turn of the century, not this one. This town has so much potential, it's not funny. It could easily, this is a square, like the old towns have, but it's an interior square. It's not an exterior square, if that makes sense. Like the buildings are in the middle of the square, not the outside. But you can see all the different styles, the brickwork and the tucking on the bricks. And then over here you got metal work, tin work that's in the facade. Like it's, so they got the mortar wet and then put the tin on it and made that design. It's incredible. And all these buildings are, you know, not really being utilized or used. There's a distillery coming into this town. You can see the old buildings down through there. Like this town could easily turn into something big pretty quick. And that's kind of what we're banking on. But you can see all the different designs right here. I mean, somebody painted this to bring it out. Makes it look better. But you can almost see this, you can see the seams sort of where they put the steel or the tin work. And then you can tell up on that building there all the different, see how the brick changes color? It's like they're starting to run out of bricks, so they got some from somewhere else. So it's a pretty cool town, it really is. I really see big things happening in this town, and I hope we're part of it. So I said this town's, you know, the possibilities are endless here, honestly they are. But this town already is something to the people that live here, and there's not a lot. But this is the fastest growing town in this county. It grew almost 30% over the last census. And there's a little pottery place that popped up. I didn't know that was there. It wasn't here, or I didn't notice it the last time, let's just say that. But this town is like, you know, all the other small towns in America where my generation looked for bigger and better things and probably found it somewhere else, you know, went to the city, so to speak. But given today's climate, today's market, and, you know, Corona coming through, has changed a lot of people's ideas, a lot of people's thoughts, a lot of people's minds about what's important. For them, the importance is no longer, the latest iPhone and whatnot. It's spending time with family and making sure that you can take care of family. Being in the handyman business, I seen it a lot last year. People didn't go on vacation because they couldn't go on vacation, and a lot of people started working from home. They spent all their time at home, and they're like, I mean, a minor thing for people last year was just painting the walls a different color, but a lot of people put money in their homes, and a lot of people are quitting their jobs right now, or have been over the past few months, and they're moving to work from home, and they're moving to where they like to be. And this town is definitely one of those places because of all the homes that are popping up. Just in the short time we've been coming down here, this July will be 3 years that we've owned this property down here and been coming down here. But just in 3 years, there's 10 houses that we can see from the time we leave that little town we just came through until we get to our place, which is actually maybe a 2.5 mile ride, maybe. But things are changing. It's obvious things are changing. And I watched the Madison County Board of Commissioners meetings. I watched the planning and zoning meetings because they're on YouTube. They're televised. And the people, the age of the people who are getting their property zoned to build or to put a home on it, that's changing. And that's one of the ways you can tell what change is coming. And the people who are trying to get stuff through zoning are trying to build like subdivisions and apartments and things like that. So it's changing. It's definitely changing, and I don't know how much it's going to change in my lifetime, but I'm willing to put in the work to change a whole bunch of people's lives. That's what Ginger and I are trying to do. We're trying to let people start off. Their story starts off on our place, so to speak, as being husband and wife, and letting that be a place that people remember and people want to be. Contact Dan Ortiz. Dan, it says I need to contact you, so I'll be doing that post haste. But I'm gonna flip this around and show you what it looks like for people to come into our venue, or coming down the road to our venue. This is Russell Road here, sun in our face. Looks like our road was carpet bombed, but it's not. It's the feed trucks that come up and down the road. There's a flock of birds who live down here because the feed trucks bounce around down here and the feed falls off of them, so the birds have plenty to eat right here. But I'm not going to pull in there because it's muddy right now. But this would be the entrance right here, and we'll roll the window down. That's going to be the entrance. We'll be working on this more. We've got to take another tree out of there. But this will be the entrance straight back. And then over here will be the exit coming out. It goes back there and then turns to the right. And then the 2 lanes meet and go back to the parking lot. But all that stuff in between is going to be a flower bed with some lighting and some whatnot in it, with mulch, and make it look good.